Hello everyone. Today we will start our topic liquid pressure. We know that solid has weight, so they will exert pressure on surface at the bottom only. But liquids also have weight, exert, so they will also exert pressure, but not only at the bottom, but in all direction they will exert pressure. For better understanding, let us perform some activity with the help of balloon. In this activity, I have taken a small bottle and make it open from both the sides. From one side, I have fixed a balloon. Let us pour some water from the other side of this bottle. What will happen? When we will pour some water into the balloon, we will see that the balloon bulges out. It means the water is exerting pressure on the balloon at the bottom, right? And which is equal to the weight of the water column. Let us perform another activity to see that what liquid exerts pressure in all directions. For this, I have taken this balloon filled with water. What I will do, make some holes by inserting needle at several points in all the direction of this balloon. Let us see what will happen. Now we will see that, as you can notice, the water flows out through each hole. As you can see, water flows out through each hole, which shows that liquid exerts pressure in all direction. So from these activities, we come to know that liquid does not only exert pressure at the bottom, but it will exert pressure in all directions. So next is the factors affecting the liquid pressure. We have two factors which are going to affect liquid pressure. First is the height of the liquid column. More is the height of the liquid column, more will be the liquid pressure. Let us perform an activity for this. In this activity, I have taken a bottle, make two holes A and B, A near the top and B near the bottom. Fill this bottle with the water, close the holes and then fill the water. Now if I'll remove my fingers from the holes, what will happen? Let us see. Now you will notice that water from the point A near the top falls near, whereas the water from point B falls far apart from the bottom. This shows that if you will increase the water column, it means the pressure is increasing, and if you will decrease this water column, the pressure will decrease. Second point is the density of the liquid. Liquid pressure increases with increase in density of liquid. We can, for better understanding, we can repeat the first activity in which we have taken a balloon fixed at one end of a bottle and fill the bottle with water. The balloon bulges out. That activity you need to repeat with two liquids, different liquids, one with water, another with the mustard oil. As the density of mustard oil is more than that of water, so the balloon fixed with the mustard oil bottle bulges out more as comparative to the balloon fixed with the water bottle. From that activity, we can come to know that the greater is the density, greater will be the liquid pressure. Now the consequences of liquid pressure. There are many consequences, out of which I have taken two here only. So first is the thickness of walls of a dam is increased towards the bottom. As you can see on your screen, the base of the dam or the base of the wall of that dam is made broad. Why? Because we know that as the liquid column increases, or you can say that if the height of the liquid column increases, the liquid pressure increases. So the pressure at the bottom of the dam is more as comparative to the pressure at the top. That is the reason the wall is made thicker from the bottom. Next is the sea divers. When sea divers need to go deep into the sea water, they have to wear specially designed swimsuits. Why is it so? The reason is the same, because as we go deeper and deeper into the sea, the liquid column above us is going to increase. The height of the liquid column increases, hence the liquid pressure will also increase. So in order to counter that high pressure deep inside the sea, sea divers need to wear specially designed swimsuits. Next is the upthrust or buoyant force. Let us consider a beaker filled with water, fix 2 points, one at the top, another at the bottom. Now we know that from all the activities till now we have done, we come to know that the liquid pressure is more at the bottom as comparative to the pressure at the top. So it means there is a pressure difference between these 2 points. Pressure at point B, PB, is more as compared to the pressure at point A, PA. So due to this difference in the liquid pressure, there is a force which acts in the upward direction on the body. When a body is going to immerse inside this liquid, due to the difference in the liquid pressure, a force will act on that body in the upward direction. That force is known as buoyant force or upthrust. As the name itself is suggesting, you upthrust. Thrust is a force which is acting in upward direction. So the value of upthrust can be written as pressure difference, this PB minus PA, into that area of the body on which this is acting. Because why we have taken this value? Because we know that pressure is equals to thrust per unit area. So thrust, here we are taking upthrust. So upthrust will be pressure into area. Next is the hydrostatic paradox. According to this, the height of level of liquid in tubes of different cross-sectional area. As you can see on your screen, all these are connected to one another from the bottom, but all are of different cross-sectional area. So the level of the water in each of these different cross-sectional area tubes will remain the same, which is known as the hydrostatic paradox. This is all about today's topic, liquid pressure. Thank you so much.